Planning a funeral can be difficult at best.
Ready for me?
Nothing on mine. Well, I hear something now. Chicka chick 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 chicka chick chick.
We are the Kingston cheerleaders here at ORUD getting ready for the big game. Jackets, jackets, the best.
RC, HS, jackets, jackets, the best. RC, HS, jackets, jackets, the best. RC, HS, jackets, jackets, the best.
Host your friends in style and be the envy of your neighborhood when entertaining this football season with natural gas appliances purchased from ORUD at 0% interest.
We can help you clean up after the game with a reliable natural gas water heater and the energy savings of a gas dryer.
Want to cozy up next to the natural gas fireplace after a chilly night at the field? Let ORUD help you with the play-by-play to truly make your house feel like home.
You can make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season. ORUD is your affordable energy choice.
It was 1927 in November when these two teams first met on the gridiron. That game would end in a gridlock, a 6-6 tie. It would take 16 years before Kingston would play Rockwood a second time in 1943. In 1955, an annual meeting between these two Roane County schools began and continues to this day. Except for a 4-year break between 1973 and 1976, this rivalry has been a mainstay for county pride. The bigger Kingston has dominated the series, especially lately, winning the last 7 in a row and all but 7 in the last 40 years. And on paper, that streak is probably expected to continue tonight. But longtime Tiger head coach John Webb has more wins against Kingston than any coach in Rockwood's long history. He knows his school is smaller and has less players, but he also has shown winning against the Yellow Jackets is possible. Rockwood is fresh, coming off a bye week thanks to COVID, but Kingston is 3-0 with no plans of putting one on the wrong side of the record. It's Kingston versus Rockwood in tonight's OEB Law Game of the Week. Day or night, 24/7, someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit the website full of helpful information, reckontoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. I'm Aaron Harvey, and with me once again is a man whose ghost of football past, not Christmas past, would possibly be from Rockwood. Because when I met you, Coach James Hoot Gibson, your papaw was on the sidelines of John Webb's staff here, and that was back when we were partying because it was 1999.
Yeah, you're telling our age, Aaron. It goes way back, and Rockwood is a special community, and they always bring a great environment to high school football. Just look around you. It's a beautiful atmosphere. It looks like Kingston's traveled really well. We've got a great night of high school football in East Tennessee.
Wonderful weather. And you know about this rivalry and what it means to both of these communities.
Yeah, absolutely. You got two traditional powerhouses, and there's just nowhere better to be for high school football than right here in Rockwood tonight for this matchup.
There's a lot we can talk about in this one tonight, but we'll also tell you about what's going on elsewhere when we get back. This is the OEB Law Game of the Week.
OEB Law is is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week as we see Civitan Field here at Tom Pemberton Stadium in Rockwood, where Kingston is in town tonight to take on the Tigers in a Roane County rivalry. Last night on Rivalry Thursday, it was Gatlinburg-Pittman taking on Loudon. I'm excited to say that we'll have the Redskins in our season finale when they take on Kingston, because that looks like a team that'll make racket come playoff time.
Yeah, Loudon's playing elite football right now, and they are on track to make a deep run. I believe they won 43-22 over GP last night, and just look for Loudon to continue to get better because they've got a really good coach and coach.
Yeah,
Clark.
The unfortunate thing, of course, for Loudon is that come playoff time, they'll inevitably end up having to face Alcoa no later than the state semifinals if they make it that far. And speaking of Alcoa, that's a team that Kingston's happy isn't on the regular season schedule anymore since Brian Pankey's program moved to Region 3A. Maryville's in town tonight for one of the best rivalries in the entire country. So Jesse Smithy of 5-Star Preps believes that Maryville is going down in a tight one. Are you buying or selling that take?
Selling. I'm going Maryville. Just Maryville has way too much depth at every single position, and Maryville is always known for being the more disciplined team. So look and see if that plays a factor there in the second half.
Well, that Alcoa team is formidable, and it's amazing to me that those teams can continue to have success year after year after year. Since 2004, Alcoa has won every single state championship in its classification, except for the one in 2011. In that same time span, the Tornadoes have only defeated Maryville 3 times, if you were wondering how good the football in Blount County is. Let's go from talking about a school who consistently wins against the biggest schools in the state to one of the very smallest schools in the state, and that's the Oakdale Eagles. Certainly, they turned some heads last week, beating Midway 20-19. No disrespect to Oakdale, but Midway was picked as a sleeper for that region this year by some, so the win changed the narrative to maybe Oakdale being the sleeper. Tonight, Coach J.R. Voiles has Wartburg in town, which also had a surprising result last week. The Bulldogs didn't win, but they played Oneida closer than they have since a 6-0 defeat in 2012. This time, the Dogs lost 7-0. But it's a big deal considering that the average margin of victory for Oneida in the prior 6 games was 40 points. It's not a region game tonight, but it's a county matchup for pride. How do you see this one playing out?
You know, this is going to be a big game for both programs, and this is weird to say. This sounds weird to me, but Oakdale has won more games than Wartburg in the last 5+ years. So Wartburg has got to find a way to win this game. It's desperation time for the Bulldogs, and let's see how they respond after this ball game.
We're at Rockwood. Kingston is as well. We will see the Tigers taking on the Yellow Jackets tonight at kickoff. We'll have that coverage for you. But right now, we're going to go ahead and send it to break. We've got more to talk about around the area when we get back. This is the OEB Law Game of the Week.
With one small step, you have the potential to make a big difference in this world. It starts here at Roane State Community College. There's never been a greater need for health science graduates, and Roane State has the program to get you there. With 11 different health science degrees and 7 certificates offered, the choice is yours. Roane State, healthcare heroes start here. Apply now at roanestate.edu.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
American Outdoor Equipment has a great new location in Rockwood. They are a Branson tractor dealer with various sizes to choose from. Branson's greatest asset is their strength, quality, and features. But American Outdoor Equipment also has Bobcat mowers. You can expect the best when it comes to performance, durability, and comfort with a Bobcat mower. Or how about a Dixie Chopper mower? They're the world's fastest lawn mowers. They have a large service and parts department. They are family owned and operated, plus they offer in-house financing. That's American Outdoor Equipment in Rockwood.
You call your agent with a simple question, only to get sent to voicemail again. We pick up the phone. I get this. Hello, this is Sam. How can I help you? Like I said, we pick up the phone because it's ringing. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Hello, this is Sam.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. See all the ways natural gas can improve your home by visiting one of the ORUD showrooms in Oak Ridge or Kingston. New gas appliances run more efficiently. They provide hot water when you need it, precise heat control for cooking, and can dry clothes in about half the time. Comfort you can feel. Savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas.
Welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by Coach James Hoot Gibson. So we've got Rockwood and Kingston tonight. The Roane County rivalry should be a lot of fun. Right now, let's take a look at some of the other games in the viewing area of some interest. And what other game is really intriguing to you?
Really and truly, that Oak Ridge and Farragut game is something I want to keep my eye on, because it's just weird to see an 0-3 Farragut versus a 1-2 Oak Ridge. And there's a lot of talent in that game that isn't being reflected on the records for both of those teams. So I think you're going to see a good game there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oliver Springs at Oneida was canceled because of COVID, and then Cherokee at Clinton canceled because of COVID. In fact, 15 games across the state of Tennessee canceled for COVID, which is a major improvement considering 35 were canceled last week. So,
and Morgan County looks to be pretty lucky with 2 high school football games being played in Morgan County.
Yeah, that's right. So pretty much every team has played at least a region game at this point. So let's take a look at the region standings and how those are stacking up so far. And again, it's still early in the season, so maybe there are some teams that only played one up to this point, as we are in week 4. But Class 1A Region 2, you've got Coalfield, Oakdale, Greenback, all undefeated in the region, so they sit atop those region standings. Class 2A Region 2, you've got Monterey and Oneida that are undefeated in the region, and York, Rockwood, and Wartburg telling the end there. And Class 3A Region 2, Alcoa, of course, leading the way. Then you've got Union County, Gatlinburg, Pittman, Northview Academy, Pigeon Forge, and Austin East, 0-3 on the season for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, it's a tough year so far.
In Region 3 in Class 3A, Signal Mountain, Loudon, and Kingston all sitting undefeated, so it'll be fun when those teams play each other. So they're undefeated in the region, and they are undefeated overall. Then you've got Brainerd, Sweetwater, and McMinn Central. Region 4, or I'm sorry, Class A Region 2, you've got Knox Carter, South Doyle, Anderson County, Fulton, Gibbs, and Scott. And we're going to take a moment of silence right now, and then we'll join the Rockwood Marching Band for the playing of our national anthem.
Thank you. Now the playing of our national anthem by Rockwood High School Marching Band.
High School Marching Band. So now let's take a look at those region standings again. Class 4A Region 2, you've got Carter, South Doyle, Anderson County, all undefeated in the region. And then Fulton, Gibbs, and Scott High at the bottom of those. And then you've got in Region 2, Class 5A, West, Cocke County, and Central all undefeated in the region. And then you've got Sevier County, Halls, and Heritage with 1 loss apiece. In Region 3 5A, Campbell County, Powell, and Oak Ridge are undefeated in the region. Then you've got Clinton and Karn suffering a loss, and Lenoir City hasn't played in the region yet. Class 6A Region 2, Maryville, of course, they're going to be up there. Bradley Central and Bearden undefeated so far. And then you've got Cleveland, Farragut, and Hardin Valley bringing up the rear there. So, and now AP rankings were released earlier this week, so let's take a look at those. In Class 1A, Peabody leading the way. Teams from around the area, of course, you got Coalfield sitting there at 7, and that's about it. One thing I want to say about that, though, this is the second week in a row that Coalfield has dropped. So this week they were replaced by Cloudland. Cloudland didn't play last week. They were supposed to play this Rockwood team, but Coalfield did. They blew out Harriman. Well, the week before that they dropped, but they blew out Scott High, a 4A team. What's going on with that?
Oh, you know, that's why we have playoffs, to see who is the best team at the end of the year. All that other stuff is just noise. You know, Coalfield is the better team, and you'll see that moving forward.
Yeah, pretty interesting there. Class 2A, Meigs County, #1 team in the state, they say. Trousdale County following them up, and then Hampton. 3 programs always there towards the top of these rankings. Of course, then all the way back down. That's pretty much the 3 East Tennessee teams are 1, 2, and 3. And Trousdale County's not really East Tennessee, but
and Hampton Bulldogs getting a first place vote there already.
Yeah. Class 3A, Alcoa, of course, leading the way. Covington. How about Loudon sitting there at number 3? A lot of people high on that team. But then, how about Kingston? This program 3-0, sitting at 7 in that AP ranking.
Yeah, it's just not the same if Loudon and Kingston and Alcoa isn't at the top of that 3A poll.
All right, so Class 4A, Greenville leading the way. Greenville getting that big win over Elizabethton. Elizabethton still sitting at number 3, but you got South Doyle sitting there at number 5. So those are 3 East Tennessee teams that are tough and up there top of the polls.
Yeah, East Tennessee is really starting to showcase their talents. It's been slowly taken over the last 10 years.
And then, of course, you got 5A, you've got Knox West. Knox West, the number 1 voted team in Class 5A, and then Powell sitting there at number 3. Of course, Powell's lone defeat was to Maryville, so pretty strong. Speaking of Maryville, they're sitting at number 2, got 1 first-place vote, but Oakland, the number 1 team, and then you got to go all the way down to number 8 with Dobbins-Bennett to get to another team that we might be familiar with in East Tennessee. So that's how the 6 classification AP rankings match up. So we've got a good one here tonight. It's going to be 2 teams. They're going to be running it at each other all night long. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's Rockwood. That's Kingston. And we will preview that game when we get back to the OEB Law Game of the Week.
To be honest, I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. I checked what the CDC says and spoke with my doctor about the potential side effects. It definitely made me much less anxious. She told me if I have some arm pain or feel tired, that's completely normal as my body builds a defense to the virus. I was willing to take the vaccine to protect me, my family, and my friends. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You do it all, from checklists and tackling kids' activities to exploring and enjoy life's special moments. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can help you embrace life in a new or pre-owned vehicle. 2021 Ford F-150 4x4 Super Crew, $43,975. 2014 Ford Fusion SE, $13,950. 2017 Jeep Wrangler, $37,500. Service your car for back-to-school maintenance at our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center. Local you trust, a lifestyle you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
Planning a funeral can be difficult at best, but it can be a lot easier if you work with people who care. That's Davis Funeral Home in Harriman and Wartburg. Davis Funeral Home gives attention to every detail, ensuring your loved ones will be remembered with honor and integrity. Davis Funeral Home works very hard to give you the most professional service possible. Davis Funeral Homes, Morgan Avenue in Harriman and Old Mill Road in Wartburg. Davis Funeral Homes, people who care.
Don't dig blind. Buried utilities are everywhere. Always contact 811 before you dig to have your utilities marked.
Yep.
To the OEB Law Game of the Week, I am Aaron Harvey. Also sitting beside me, Coach James Hoot Gibson. Kingston is in town. We are here at Rockwood, Civitan Field, looking forward to a great game. The City of Rockwood and Mayor Mike Brillo Miller and council members Bobby Anderson, Steve Bryant, Peggy Evans, Mike Fuller, Harold Holloway, and April Faust Wilson, all big fans of the Rockwood Fighting Tigers, and hope that they have a winning season this year so that they will be in the playoff picture at the end of the regular season. As Mayor Brillo Miller would say, go Tigers, play hard tonight, and win, win, win. And they're going to play hard tonight on your OEB Law Game of the Week. You know, John Webb has led this program in Rockwood since 1996. James, I was in second grade when he coached his first game here. He's got 166 wins under his belt, which you and I know is no small feat. You know Coach Webb well. What is it about him that makes his team so tough?
Hard-nosed, disciplined, and consistent. It takes a toll on you being the head football coach at a smaller school like a Rockwood. You have no day off from mowing the field to fundraising to fixing a broken water line. I mean, he's a blue-collar guy, and he brings that approach to the game, and it rubs off on his student-athletes.
On the visitor sideline, Coach Brian Pankey, when he took the reins of this Kingston program, the Yellow Jackets went 0-10 in his first season in 2013. Since then, though, the school's made the playoffs 5 out of the last 7 seasons. So far this season, Roane County High has outscored its first 3 opponents 133-6, averaging 337 yards rushing per game. It's not easy to follow up a coach like Vic King, who was at the helm from 1986 through 2011 and won 199 games himself. But Coach Pankey is doing it his way and has fans excited about the program.
Yeah, Kingston is the real deal this year. They can score a lot of points, and they play some tough defense. I believe they're averaging close to 34 points a game this year. They have found what works best for them, and their kids are believing.
We know both of these teams like a wing tee. Rockwood will lean on Dakota Waldo, a junior, and Jaden Hannibal, a senior, 2 players who it feels like are in their 8th year of eligibility. For Kingston, we'll see plenty of carries spread between Carson Donathan and Rylan Gettner. I know you're an old school football fan, so you have to love this trench battle we have tonight.
Oh, yeah, this is classic high school football with the style of play that we'll see here tonight. This game will be won by whoever wins in the trenches.
All right, so both teams play a very similar style. We can probably guess what the keys for both of these teams are, but you know what? I'm going to defer to you anyway. What are the keys for tonight?
Well, for Rockwood, they are going to have to take care of the ball, win the time of possession by keeping that Kingston defense on the field as long as possible. Play really strong defense. If they can do that, they'll be in this ball game.
And Kingston?
For Kingston, they have got to control the line of scrimmage. They're bigger, they're stronger, they should control. Win in the kicking game. And success in a passing game. That's weird to hear for Kingston. I expect them to complete some pretty good passes tonight for them to beat Rockwood.
Well, obviously their run game is going to set up the passing game, so when you do that, you have to complete those passes when you do throw the limited times that you are going to throw. So I tell you what, I'm excited to be here tonight. Roane County rivalry. These two teams have played a bunch, and we're going to add another one here tonight. And we'll talk about this just a little bit more leading up to it. We'll have kickoff and more when we get back. This is the OEB Law Game of the Week.
OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
XL Bowman & Son, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Welcome back into your OEB Law Game of the Week. OEB has community involvement through charity, school, team, and event sponsorships like the Shrine Circus, Rivalry Thursday, Ice Bears, Monster Jam, Harlem Globetrotters, and WWE. They spotlight kids' county fairs, doing things such as the turkey drop, support of remote area medical, CARM, the Kidney Foundation, Ronald McDonald House local schools, as well as supporting the arts and music, and helping out high schools as OEB Law donates a $1,000 check each week during Rivalry Thursday and during our games on BBB TV Channel 12. And so we thank them so much for being a part of our broadcast again this season. So it's Kingston, it's Rockwood, it's Coach Brian Pankey, it's Coach John Webb on that Rockwood sideline. You know, I was looking up, I didn't know how long John Webb had been here at Rockwood. And so, of course, you know, I looked it up and then I found out it was 1996 when he first took over. He's been here a long time.
Long time, Aaron, and he's a staple in Roane County football. He's a big supporter of everybody around here, and he's a hard worker. Like I said, he brings that blue-collar approach to high school football.
A wonderful environment here. A lot of Rockwood fans, a lot of Kingston fans. As you can see on your screen, the coin flip getting ready to take place. Kingston, the visiting team, of course, will get to call it in the air. I expect either one of these programs, whoever wins, to defer to the second half.
We want to defer. So Kingston inside.
So Kingston wins the toss, and they will defer to the second half. So Rockwood will start out with the football. What are you looking forward to most at seeing from both of these teams?
I'm looking to see how Rockwood starts defending this Kingston offense. And with Kingston, I really want to see what they do in the trench warfare. Are those guys really going to get to the second level and start opening up some running holes?
So when you're running a team that likes option offense, like a wing tee is, it's kind of it's based off of misdirection and trying to keep the defense from knowing what you're doing and trick them to think you're doing something else. So what I have heard, and something that you can explain to me a little bit, is they say on defense, if you're playing like wing tee, you have to read your keys. What exactly does that mean?
Well, normally a wing tee offense will always use a lot of guards pulling and have a lot of lead blocks. And so if you're a defensive guy, you want your linebackers reading those keys because the guards will take you to wherever the ball is going. So there's a lot of different keys that go into each scheme, but specifically that's what you want to look for in a wing tee type program.
So if you don't play, if you don't run a wing tee offense, then it can be especially difficult when you play a team that runs it in a game. But both of these teams, they've seen it in practice, so it's going to be a lot easier. That's an advantage for both of these teams.
Yeah, it really is, and you should see both teams be very familiar with each other offensively because they see it. It's the same type of system. It's got some different tweaks. Kingston's going to be out of shotgun a lot more with a lot more different motions and stuff out of the backfield, but basically the same type of offense.
So Rockwood will get the football first. Do you have an over-under for what time this game is going to get over with both of these teams probably running the football so much?
It's definitely not going to last 4+ hours like the PAL game did. But this will be moving pretty quickly with both teams being very run dominant. So look for this one to kind of get moving pretty fast.
So Kingston lines up for this Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Davis Funeral Homes with 2 locations to serve you, 715 Morgan Avenue in Harriman and 211 Old Mill Road in Wartburg, 865-882-2000, or call 423-346-2011. Their support in your time of need does not end after the funeral services. So Jaden Hannibal back deep to receive. Actually, that's Dryston Turner, and set to kick off for Kingston from the 40-yard line, and that is a high spinner, and it's taken around the 5-yard line. And this is going to be Hannibal on the return. Starts to his right, turns back to his left, starts back to his right, and he's banged down on the ground around the 20-yard line. So Jaden Hannibal, he's an athlete.
He is dangerous. You never know what he's going to do. But, hey, he can definitely make some people miss. Big tackle came in by Dolph Dana, the senior.
So Rockwood will have a Hammers 1st and 10 at around the 20-yard line. Zadrian Fickey is your quarterback. Handoff goes to Waldo. Waldo makes it back to the line of scrimmage before he's brought down on the play by Mason Hatfield.
Hatfield busted the line of scrimmage and touched the running back before he was able to get moving.
Zadrian Fickey is your quarterback.
Cause problems for the wing T offense. Any kind of penetration with the defensive line, it stagnates the offense.
John Webb, the offensive coordinator for this Rockwood program, sends the play in. Fickey brings his team back up to the line. That wing T set. Fickey takes a snap. Handoff this time. Up across the 20 down to about the 22-yard line, and that is Dom Moran.
Good tough pickup by Don Moran there. Good tackle by Connor Ward, the senior defensive linebacker for Kingston. Did a good job reading the play, holding on for a good secure tackle.
So you see that play on our Chuck Fleischman replay.
Rockwood sends in Gerald Hannibal with the play from the sideline.
So 3rd down and 7 for Rockwood. Here's Fickey, sets up, throws across the middle. The pass is almost intercepted by Kane Collins, a senior safety on this Kingston team, and so Rockwood will have to send the punt team out.
Yeah, Collins is still upset about that one. He knew that should be an interception, hit him right in the chest. Tough play, should have caught that ball.
So quarterback Zadrian Fickey, also the punter on this team. You see that a lot in small schools. Kingston's going to send 2 back to receive, Kane Collins and Cooper Webb. Fickey gets the snap, punts it, and this one is going into the crowd. Heads up. So I think it's safe to say that one went off the side of his foot. We'll have to see where the officials mark it. Ooh.
Disastrous.
They're going to mark it at the 33-yard line. So about a 10-yard net punt, and Kingston is going to set up an excellent field position with a Hammers 1st and 10.
Very common to see that special teams play come in big time here in Roane County football, and Kingston's usually always strong in that regard, and Rockwood struggling. Kingston coming out in trips to the top of your screen.
So Kane Collins with 3 wide receivers to his right. Takes the shotgun snap, quick out. It's complete to Cooper Webb. Webb makes a few guys miss, gets up the sideline. That's a quick pickup of about 16, and Kingston quickly picks up a Hammers 1st and 10.
Looked like Don Moran in there on the coverage on the Chuck Fleischman replay. Beat him. Moran did a good job getting around the block, but unfortunately for Rockwood, he wasn't able to make the play. Big pickup by the Kingston Yellow Jackets.
So ball is spotted at around, let's call it the 17-yard line. So it's a pickup of 16. Handoff goes up the middle to Basler. Basler picks up about 3 before he's brought down on the play. And the officials want a timeout. So saw that on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Dakota Waldo, 5'9", 190-pound junior for this Rockwood squad, is one heck of a running back for that team, but he is also a stud linebacker for this Rockwood Tigers football team.
It's hard to believe he's just a junior.
It is. It seems like he's been playing here for 5 years already.
Yeah. Collins lines back up in the shotgun, 2 wide receivers either side. Now he sends one in motion, fakes the handoff, keeps it up the middle, and nothing on that play.
Big Nehemiah Story, 5'11", 260 pounds, broke through that line of scrimmage and made a big tackle for loss.
Number 2, King Collins Keats. Led in the backfield by number 72, Nehemiah Story.
Yeah, great job by Story getting up the middle. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 7. Collins with Basler in the backfield, and now we've got a timeout. Kingston wants to take a timeout, so we'll take a timeout as well. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliance. While you wait, visit pattersonsappliances.com to shop online for quality home appliances today.
OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
Back at the OEB Law Game of the Week. Kingston facing a 3rd and 7. So we'll see what they do here.
Kingston coming out in the tight formation that they seen earlier. Rockwood wanted to talk about it. Kingston come out in the same formation, just opposite side of the field.
Carson Donathan now a tailback, and he's going to have Basler as an H-back if they go over left tackle like it looks like they're going to do. They don't. In fact, they give it to Donathan going over right tackle. Just a little misdirection there, and I believe he's got enough for the Hammers 1st and 10.
Really tough formation there by the Kingston Yellow Jackets. They lined heavy on the line of scrimmage and just followed that right tackle right over the edge and picked up a big yard. The Kingston offensive line did a really good job of progressing to the 2nd level of that Rockwood defense, getting a hat on a hat, and they just had more bodies.
So it was a pickup of enough on the play, about 10, so that makes it a Hammers 1st and goal and a fumble, as it was Donathan getting the handoff again.
Kingston's very lucky that number 10, Landon Watts, 5'9", 160-pound junior for Rockwood, didn't land on that football for a big Rockwood turnover.
Yeah, you see on the Chuck Fleischman replay, Donathan just didn't secure it, but able to fall on it in the backfield. About a loss of 2 will bring up 2nd and goal. So again, Collins with Donathan in the backfield, Basler to his left in a fullback position, and this time keeping it is Collins. Collins tries to get around the edge, gets to about the 2-yard line before he's run out of bounds, and it will be 3rd and goal, Kingston.
Big tackle by Eric Thurman, 6'1", 180-pound junior for the Rockwood Tigers, playing defensive back.
Yeah, just trying to get to the edge there. So here's Kingston, lines up in that same formation. Handoff goes to, nope, Collins keeps again and kind of walks up to the goal line and gets in. That is a touchdown, Kingston.
Big play by the Kingston Yellow Jackets coming in there, hit heavy formation and just pushes the Rockwood defensive line way back into the end zone. Easy score for the Kingston Yellow Jackets. Rockwood did a bad job there of trying to adjust with what Kingston was doing and wasn't able to translate from the sideline to the football field.
Kane Roberts on to attempt the extra point. It's up, and it is good. Kingston with the early 7-0 lead over Rockwood. 7:13 left to go in the first quarter of your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Back at the OEB Law Game of the Week as we get set for a Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Davis Funeral Homes with 2 locations to serve you, 715 Morgan Avenue in Harriman, 211 Old Mill Road in Wartburg. Call 865-882-2000 or 346-2011 with a 423 area code. Their support in your time of need does not end after the funeral services. So I am Aaron Harvey, joined now by Tim Elrod of OEB Law as Kingston gets set to kick this one off. It's going to be Kane Roberts, and back deep to receive again is Jaden Hannibal for Rockwood.
I'll tell you, you know, tonight it's a great atmosphere for football. It's a, you know, the weather's great. Let's see what Hannibal can do with this, taking it up the right-hand side.
Yeah, caught it at the 1 and gets ahead. He's still going, but they blew the whistle.
Yeah.
They saw somebody fall down, and I think they thought that that was Hannibal.
But it's great to be down here in Rockwood tonight. You know, I've been looking forward to this game for a while to get you know, into the Roane County ball games. These are great rivalries. You know, the students show up, the bands show up, the community shows up, and it turns into a great night of football for all of Roane County. So happy to be here.
So we were able to see on that Chuck Fleischman replay that Hannibal definitely was not down, but they blew the whistle while he was at the 26-yard line. So that's where Rockwood will begin this drive with a Hammers 1st and 10.
You know, when you look at Kingston, they've got, bobbled snap.
Ooh, and Ficky's brought down on the play, and getting in there is Carson Basler. That's going to be a huge loss on 1st down.
Yeah, you know, Rockwood's really hurting themselves. That poor field position off of the punt earlier, and now they've got to contend with this. It's like they're working out of a hole.
The ball is spotted all the way back at the 15-yard line.
You know, when you look at Kingston's team, they're pretty solid up front. They've got some good size. Looks like they've got some depth on their sidelines as well. You know, this will be one of those games where if Rockwood's going to pull it out, they're going to have some explosive plays, and they have some explosive players to do that as they set up and looks like Tripp's right.
Yeah, the first time that we are seeing
There's
this
Hannibal.
formation. And Hannibal gets out in the open field, makes a couple guys miss. He is shifty with that football. Yeah. Gets all the way up to the 32-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. And that's going to be really close to a Hammers 1st and 10.
You know, he was legit last year. He's legit this year. The party just keeps going for Rockwood. And that's what it's going to take in this game is explosive plays for them to overcome what's probably going to be a balanced running attack from Kingston tonight. They're really going to have to get him involved and probably lean on him.
Rockwood had to get 21. They got 22. And now lining back up in that wing T set. Here's Ficky. Fakes the handoff to Hannibal. Instead gives it to Waldo. And Dakota Waldo
just ran over that guy. He lowered his shoulder and put that guy on the ground. What great effort in his running. You know, they're running to the strength of their line. But again, you know, 4 quarters in this game, and you've got a lot of emotion out there right now. But it looks like, you know, it's going to be one of those nights.
Yeah, Waldo picks up 3 on the play, almost 4 on the play, and that's a hard-earned 3 or 4 yards.
Absolutely it was. But, you know, when they get running north and south and they lower those shoulders, they can really put a load on somebody.
This time Fickey sends Hannibal in motion, and we've got a flag on the play.
Probably looked like some movement on Rockwood's part. Maybe not set.
Yeah, I believe they're going to get Landon Watts from a wide receiver position. Just went a little bit too early.
You know, and that's the thing about as we get into this time of year, we've had a couple of games under our belts, and now players are in football shape, and this has the makings of a great game. You know, I think Kingston's ranked what, sixth in the state in their
seventh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Rockwood's no slouch either. I think they're 16th or something like that. So.
Fickey hands off, and getting not much is Moran, and we've got a flag that comes out late.
Yeah, he tracked him down from the backside, but there looks like there was some extracurricular going on there right there at the end of the play.
So let's see what they call here. And they're going to call hold on Anderson.
You're sitting next to an Anderson County guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you about Anderson County. You know I'm gonna ask you about Anderson County.
Well, that's a good topic to talk about, especially since they won last week.
Yeah, they did. A big win against Fulton.
Yeah, it looks like a little extracurricular there, just playing through the play. You know, nothing too bad there.
So after, I believe, the penalty was declined. So Kingston instead got a loss of 3 on the play. So it will bring up 3rd and 15 for Rockwood.
Really challenging Rockwood to say, you know, we know you have Hannibal and some explosive plays. Can you connect?
Here's Fickey, rolls out to his right, throws it downfield. That pass is almost intercepted by Collins. It falls incomplete, so now.
And he took a shot, too. I mean, he let that ball go, and as soon as he let the ball go, he took a shot, and he's still kind of gimpy, it looks, working around trying to shake that off.
And that's bad news for Rockwood, too, because Zadrian Fickey is also the punter for this team.
Well, it looks like he needs to clear the cobwebs out of his head there and kick this ball down the field to at least give him, you know, flip the field and change the field position game.
Collins and Webb back deep to receive for Kingston, and this is a lot better of a punt than the first one.
There you go.
And Collins is just going to call for a fair catch. So Kingston will have a Hammers 1st and 10 at the Kingston 38-yard line. So Anderson County, I told you we were going to talk about. Let's talk about them. Started the season 0-2, but played just a brutal schedule in those first 2 games. Came out against Fulton. Fulton was 2-0 at that point. Got the win and really kind of opened that up in the second half.
You know, and they did. Anderson County finally put together 4 quarters, it seems like, because in the first 2 games with Powell and Science Hill, they never could put 4 quarters together. They were up on both those teams, but just couldn't get it done. But with Fulton, they found their moxie. That was big. He's going to catch that edge and barrels over.
Yeah, that's Webb. And let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it across midfield at the 49-yard line of Rockwood. So a good pickup of 12 right there. And that's Cooper Webb. That's one thing. Kingston can run the football. They're averaging about 340 yards per game so far this season.
Well, sure. I mean, look at that line, 79, 51. I can't even see the guys on the other side because the guys on this side are so big. Look at that. That's some beef up front. I mean, if they want to run the ball, they're going to play to their strengths and run that ball.
And there's another handoff going up the middle to Carson Basler.
And, you know, when they play that grinded-out style offense, you know, Rockwood's going to have to dig deep in the 3rd and 4th quarter because that's going to wear those guys down. And at this level of ball, you know, a lot of these guys go 2 ways, and you know, that makes for a long night. That's why I really believe Rockwood, if they're going to stay competitive in this game, they're going to have to find big plays.
About a pickup of 9, so we'll call it a 2nd and 1. Collins in the backfield, tight formation to the right. Fakes the handoff again to Donathan, and he's going to keep it. And he's got some running room in the open field. Tries to stiff arm Hannibal, but Hannibal able to spin him out of bounds.
Just some awesome wide receiver blocking there on the edges to spring him forward. You know, when you have receivers that can block downfield like that, it opens up so much for you. And there it is, that one key block. They sealed the edge, good, clean. That's a 15-yard, 20-yard game. So they're just moving right down the field.
Another Hammers 1st and 10 for this Kingston team, looking very impressive, and we can see why they are 3-0 on the season. So, say this every week, but I want to make sure that I let you know how grateful we are that you're on board with us again with our broadcasts, and we are also thankful of the things that you do for these schools and everything you do in the communities as well.
Absolutely. He better get rid of the ball, and he did. But he was seeing the lights. That was good coverage on the part of Rockwood, you know, to cover up all their defenders. Kingston's not going to. Well, you got a flag on the play?
Yeah, I think they might be talking about calling intentional grounding on this play.
Well, that would be interesting. Did he have a receiver in that area?
I didn't see one.
It looked like he had somebody back there in the back, but
I didn't
looked like
see
he
one.
just short through it, and I don't know about all that.
And because he was chased so far back, that flag was thrown at the 39-yard line. The original line of scrimmage was the 18.
Yeah, and he's clearly outside of the pocket, too. So I mean, right there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, you just short through it, so.
There it is, intentional grounding.
Goodness.
That will be a loss of downs, and the ball is spotted all the way back at the 39-yard line.
Big break for Rockwood there. Huge break. Really could be a momentum changer for this. I mean,
the correction. They spot the football at the 44-yard line.
Goodness gracious.
Kingston's got to make the 8. So let's do some quick math here. That's 3rd and 36.
Second or third?
It's third.
Third and up to the base of the mountain there, it seems like. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a long way to go.
So this time they're just going to hand it off to Carson Donathan. Donathan is grabbed from behind, changes directions, but I'm surprised they didn't call a horse collar there.
Yeah, it looks like he was just grabbing the back of his jersey there. I mean, they just had one huge penalty. I don't know if they need to be calling one like that.
So it's going to be 4th and long, so we assume that Kingston is going to come out and punt formation, and Rockwood is going to survive this drive.
No, I don't know. I think they're disrespecting Rockwood. They're just disrespecting them. Is it third? 3rd and 28. 3rd and 28.
So here's Collins, drops back to pass. Quick
Wide
out.
open.
That's complete.
They gave him plenty of space on that.
Yeah.
Plenty of space on that. They were playing, looked like loose coverage on that deal, and Kingston just took advantage of it. You know, you've got to respect the run from Kingston. When you have that kind of line and that kind of talent, you've got to respect the run. And so when they do throw it, those guys should be open with soft coverage out there.
And that was the official signals that it's Rockwood's football. That was 4th down.
Was it really?
Yeah, so a
What's
turnover
that
on
all
downs for
about?
Kingston. I don't know if they knew what down it was.
I don't think they did, because if they did, they might have thrown it farther, because that wasn't even close. Well,
So
I guess it was. Well, that's odd. But then, really, when you think about it, when they were, what were they on, the 40, 45, whatever?
Yeah.
You know, what's a punt going to do for them? It's clearly out. I guess it's outside their kicking range, but here comes Rockwood right up the gut.
Yep.
And the flag.
Dakota Waldo gets it all the way up to about the 45, which will be close to a 1st down, but we have to see what the flag is for.
Well, it looks like it's in that area of holding there, so, yep.
A block in the back.
Block in the back.
And we've got Rockwood fans in front of us. They're not happy with that call.
Well, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be happy with that call. You know, that's right. Give it to them.
1:38 left to go in this first quarter.
But that's the great thing about coming to a place like Rockwood, or coming out into the Roane County games and stuff, is you have passionate people who love these kids, who love their program, and they're going to support them.
So we got a wing tee set again. Fickey hands off up the middle. Not much there on that play. Maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage as Waldo as time ticks down. Just 2 minutes left.
It's just like Rockwood's testing that line, trying to suck them in so they can maybe pop Hannibal out over the top or out deep. That's usually their MO, it seems like.
So we'll see on the Chuck Fleischman replay. Just a couple, picks up a couple there. Gets just over the original line of scrimmage.
Rockwood's really putting a hat on a hat faced with that size of a line there. They're really giving it everything they have.
Fickey sends Hannibal from right to left. Handoff goes to Waldo. Waldo making some people miss. Gets all the way up to about the 41-yard line. A good pickup of about 5 on the play.
Just cruising right through it. You know, it's amazing. We're almost through the first quarter now, and it seems like this is the first time in a long time a quarter has went by so quickly, considering all the games we've had this year.
Well, you know, we opened up the season with Anderson County and Powell, and that was a 4-hour game. I have never heard of a high school football game lasting 4 hours.
Cramping and penalties.
Yeah.
Cramping and penalties.
And scoring.
Because
that slows everything down, too.
60 to 48, so, I mean, goodness gracious.
Well, as the first quarter is going to wind down, Rockwood's going to let it go, and they'll have a third down when we start the second quarter. But, Mr. Elrod, thank you so much for joining us and everything that you do.
No problem. Happy to do it. Love making a donation of $1,000 to the home school. Look forward to doing that because I know it makes a meaningful difference to these schools. And we're just happy to do it, you know, like we did last year, like we did this year, like we're doing this year, and then already looking forward to next year. Love high school football.
Sounds good. And you can tell Tim Elrod loves high school football.
All right, we'll see you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
That is Tim Elrod of OEB Law, and that is the end of the first quarter. Kingston jumps out on their first possession of the game, puts it into the end zone, and they lead this by a score of 7-0. And Rockwood will have a 3rd and short when the second quarter gets underway. So,
big mistake there by the Kingston Yellow Jackets earlier of not knowing that it was up 4th down. Big turnover there for the Rockwood Tigers.
You know, a lot of people didn't know that it was 4th down. Interestingly enough,
paying attention to the game.
Exactly. I knew it was 4th down. There are 2 names in Oliver Springs you can trust: Harvey's Furniture and Jameson Betting. But you can't trust the down and distance
yard
markers sometimes.
No, they will get you every time.
Hey, you need to reset the game clock.
As Coach Polar Bear Davis screams into the press box.
You know that guy.
Oh, that voice I can still recognize strongly.
All right, on 3rd down, handoff goes to Hannibal. Hannibal picks up about 1, and that is not enough for a first down. So it'll be 4th and about 3 for Rockwood on the Tiger side of the field. Now this is obviously a punting situation, but does Coach John Webb get cute here?
You never know. They need a little spark for this Rockwood offense a little bit, so look and see if they hurry up and try to get a hard count to draw Kingston off sides. You never know what Rockwood will do.
So we'll see. Hannibal in motion from right to left, and they got it. Oh my gosh. 4th and 2. Rockwood is on their side of the field. You got to think they're not going for it here. And still, Kingston jumps off sides. And so, by way of 5-yard penalty, Rockwood will have a Hammers 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Good play call. Worked out. Big favor for the Rockwood Tigers. Let's see what they go to here. They got to get better push with this offensive line.
So Rockwood keeps the drive going. That wing tee set once again. Fickey in the backfield. Takes the shotgun snap. Handoff goes from right to left to Jaden Hannibal. Hannibal tries to get around the corner. He does, gets up to midfield, and then they're going to spot him out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the play.
Hannibal has a lot of speed, as you see here on the Chuck Fleischman replay. He gets to the corner in such a hurry that he's almost to the sideline before he's able to really cut upfield. You'd like to see him cut that upfield a little bit sooner there, more around the hash marks than around the numbers.
You get him out in space,
oh, he's dangerous.
You're doing something good.
Yep.
So Rockwood now will send 3 wideouts to the right. They've got a tight end to the left. Fickey in the backfield. Rolls to his right, under pressure, lets it go, and that pass is complete to Hannibal. Hannibal makes the first couple of guys miss, and the ball is free. Hannibal's trying to say the ball was down. Kingston is saying no, he wasn't down.
Let's see what Chuck Fleischman says here on the replay. That was a close call.
Officials are going to say that it's a first down Rockwood. So Hannibal there. Yeah, he's down.
Very close. Sometimes you can always punch a ball out there when you get a player doing just a little too much sometimes.
Credit the officials on that play, because when you get to college, you can challenge plays. You can't do that in high school, so the officials, it's extra important. And now 2 players run into each other. They got confused on the play call as Dom Moran and Waldo met each other in the backfield.
That is a very dangerous situation, because a lot of times when you run in unexpectedly like that, a fumble happens. So big play by Waldo holding on to the football and really picking up a short gain there, it looked like.
Oh, and you saw in that Chuck Fleischman replay that when they collided, it was right when the exchange happened between the quarterback and Waldo. So a lot of credit to Waldo there, being able to hang on to that football.
Rockwood going trips to the short side.
And big man in the backfield is Gerald Hannibal. And Fickey's going to throw it out of bounds. I don't know that he was throwing it at anyone, but he had Waldo in the area.
Yeah, interesting play call there when you have 3 wide receivers to the short side of the field and you elect to bring your wide receiver to the short, or your running back to the short side of the field as well. That's a lot of crowded bodies over there, so it's a hard throw to make for a quarterback.
John Webb sends the play in with Brody Webb. Third and 9, 9:20 left to go in the second quarter. Fickey, 3 wideouts to the right again. Man in the backfield with him.
Roll out.
And again, Fickey is going to roll out. Lets it go, and that is picked off. Kingston takes over with a Hammers 1st and 10, but they have, looks like they've got an injury on the field over there. And immediately the player is attended to.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at the 37-yard line.
Stretching him out, you would think maybe it's not a cramp this early in the game, but who knows.
You see Rockwood rolling out here, and they have run this same formation pass plays all night long, and that makes it very predictable if you are a defensive back for Kingston. Whenever they line up in a certain formation, they're running the same passing routes. So whenever you see that as a defensive back, you kind of know, hey, I'm going to have one of 2 routes. So I'm going to set on one of them and take a chance and possibly pick that off, and that's what he's done.
So that was Cooper Webb on the coverage, and Fickey was trying to hit Waldo. Instead, as you said, Webb was able to anticipate that pass, pick it off, but then Fickey came up and delivered a blow to Webb, and Webb immediately went down and held his legs. So they'll attend to that injury on the field, and we will take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Check out our new store at 1067 South Walnut Avenue in Cookeville, now open for business.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
So Webb able to get up off the field as we welcome you back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by James Hoot Gibson. 9:11 left to go in the first half, and Kingston takes over with a Hammers 1st and 10 at the Yellow Jacket 37-yard line. This following an interception. Collins, handoff, Donathan goes over left tackle, finds some running room in the open field, and he's finally brought out of bounds. And we'll credit Eric Thurmond and Evan Thurmond on that tackle.
You see Kingston's offensive line is making it up to that second level, which is making it very difficult for the Rockwood linebackers to rally to the football. But luckily for Rockwood, there was a holding penalty against Kingston, and it backs Kingston up big time.
So that is a spot penalty. So after moving it 10 yards back from the spot of the foul, Kingston will have it at, we'll call it just across the 30-yard line. It's a Hammers 1st and 16. And now we've got another flag on the play. And I believe Kingston jumped. Dead ball, false start on the Yellow Jackets. So moving back 5 yards.
Yeah, you never want to see that if you're a Kingston Yellow Jacket fan. 2 penalties in a row. It stagnates the offense. As you see, it's first and forever. So let's see what the offensive coordinator for Kingston decides to do here with limited options. Yes, it's first down, but what do you call here?
It's 1st and 22, in fact. Collins lines up in shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers to his right, and he's going to hand it off to Donathan. Donathan trying to get around that left side again, and a good solid gain of about 6 on the play.
Kingston has picked up 5+ yards almost every carry tonight. That's just domination by the offensive line and just a really good job by the offensive coordinator, offensive staff of scouting this Rockwood defense.
Credit Donathan on that run. He had Landon Watts in position to possibly bring him down, but able to sidestep him. Could see that clearly on that Chuck Fleischman replay. Under 8.5 left to go in this first half. Collins, 2 wideouts to his right. Takes the handoff to Donathan. Collins going to take off himself. Gets across the 40 up to about the 42-yard line, and another solid pickup of about 6 or 7.
Very patient run by Collins, as you'll see on the Chuck Fleischman replay. He sees the hole, kind of stutter steps a little bit, lets his offensive line get up in front of him, and picks up a tough run play.
So it was a 1st and 22. And now Kingston looking at about a 3rd and 5.
And Kingston really doesn't have to do anything too special here. They've had a lot of success offensively against this Rockwood defense.
2 backs in the backfield now with Collins. Collins hands off to Donathan. Donathan moving to his left again. Gets the Hammers 1st and 10. Still on his feet. Brought down at around the 44-yard line. So on this Chuck Fleischman replay, you can see.
Again, patient running by the running back. Lets that big offensive line get out in front of him, get the people out of his way, and he just squeaks in behind him, picks up some tough yardage.
So Kingston has it. Hammers 1st and 10 at the Rockwood 43-yard line. And Kingston again averaging about 337 yards per game on the ground. Pretty easy to see why. And Kingston jumps again. That's another false start penalty. And Kingston will be behind the chains once again.
Big break for Rockwood. Slow this Kingston offense down a little bit. Maybe we can make an adjustment with that defensive front seven.
If you're Rockwood, you got to take advantage of it, though. Which so far they have been able to do that on this drive. Collins, shotgun formation, handoff, goes to Donathan. This time he's going to the right, and flags come out again as Donathan is taken down after a really no gain.
Look like big number 72, Nehemiah Story, the 5'11", 260-pound defensive tackle for Rockwood in there on the play. Looked like a chop block penalty against the Kingston Yellow Jackets.
So Coach John Webb indicates he's going to accept this penalty and back Kingston up. Kingston has been behind the sticks so much in this game.
I believe it's twice on this drive that Kingston has had first and forever. And Rockwood still has not been able to stop this Kingston offense with all the middle mistakes that Kingston has provided.
You could see it there on the Chuck Fleischman replay. It was Jaden Gilbert that got chop blocked, and he was not happy when he got up. With good reason. That's dangerous. So ball spotted about 37 of Kingston. Kingston's got to make the 34 of Rockwood. So that's 29. It is 1st and 29. And a handoff goes to Donathan. Donathan goes for maybe one.
Big tackle by Dakota Waldo coming in hard and heavy, all 5'9", 190 pounds of him. Again, one of the better linebackers in that region, really, and he's a dang good running back for this Rockwood offense. And Coach Davis snuck in here earlier and told me that the top three running backs for the Rockwood Tigers missed most of this week due to COVID, and they just got back Wednesday. So running a little short.
That's tough. You know, that hits small schools more than it hits some of these bigger schools, too. As Oliver Springs had to cancel their game this week, they said it was a combination of injuries and COVID. So 2nd and 26. Collins rolls out to his left, and he's under heavy pressure. And finally, he is sacked. It took 3 Rockwood Tigers to get him, but finally, it was Lucas Poland that finished the job. And another big loss for Kingston.
You see the 3 Rockwood Tigers see what's kind of going on and start getting pressure after Collins. Puts him in a situation. Dakota Waldo right there in his face. 2 defensive linemen for Rockwood Tigers. Get him out of bounds for another big loss. 3rd and forever.
I think that was a miscue for this Kingston team because Collins looked to his right and faked a pitch, but there was nobody there to pitch it to.
That would be the trend so far on this drive for the Kingston Yellow Jackets.
Ball spotted at the 29. Kingston's got 3rd and 37, and they might pick it up. Here is Carcel Whitehead, a freshman for this Kingston team.
This kid is special. I seen fire leaving his cleats as he was running. He has got some speed, as you see here in the Chuck Fleischman replay. He gets the corner quick. The defensive backs couldn't keep up with him. Makes a heck of a spin move. Eyes downfield, making people miss. Picks up some tough yardage. That is a football player.
Ball spotted all the way up at the 40. So it's going to be 4th and about 6 for Kingston. A good 30 or so yard gain on that play. And we've got a sideline warning on Kingston. 4:56 left to go in this first half.
What an environment down here at Rockwood, Tennessee. You look around, you see the barbecue smoke in the air. Kingston fans going crazy. The bleachers are shaking over here at Rockwood.
Kingston is going to take a timeout and talk about it. We'll do the same thing. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, proudly serving your community since 1965 because we care.
American Outdoor Equipment has a great new location in Rockwood. They are a Branson tractor dealer with various sizes to choose from. Branson's greatest asset is their strength, quality, and features. But American Outdoor Equipment also has Bobcat mowers. You can expect the best when it comes to performance, durability, and comfort with a Bobcat mower. Or how about a Dixie Chopper mower? They're the world's fastest lawn mowers. They have a large service and parts department. They are family owned and operated, plus they offer in-house financing. That's American Outdoor Equipment in Rockwood.
Back here, OEB Law Game of the Week. Mayor Mike Brillo Miller and council members Bobby Anderson, Steve Bryant, Peggy Evans, Mike Fuller, Harold Holloway, and April Faust Wilson are all big fans of the Rockwood Fighting Tigers and hope that they have a winning season this year so that they will be in the playoff picture at the end of the regular season. As Mayor Brillo Miller would say, go Tigers, play hard tonight, and win, win, win. So Kingston took the timeout facing a 4th and 6. And I guess to draw up the play that they want to run. Collins is in the game. So Kingston is going for it. He's got Basler right beside him. Collins drops back to pass, lets it go, and that pass is off the fingertips of Dom Moran for Rockwood, and Kingston turns it over on downs.
Good coverage there by the Rockwood Tigers. Dom Moran staying in there into the very last second, try to high point the football, and that's what you want to see out of a defensive back. So really good job with hip movement there. You see on the Chuck Flashman replay as he's bailing, he sees deepest third, get back. Eye on the ball the whole time, high points the ball, just you can't beat the coverage. And he had safety help over top.
Double coverage there too. And so Rockwood has a Hammers 1st and 10 at the Tiger 40-yard line. 4:47 left to go in this first half. Tigers trail at 7-0. Wing T formation now. Fickey. Handoff Hannibal going from right to left. Hannibal tries to get to the outside. He's knocked out of bounds around the original line of scrimmage. Not a lot of running room on the boundary side of the field.
No, there's not, and they keep trying to get him to cut up the field, but it's a difficult situation when you run outside the tackle on the short side of the field. So try to run that play later on going to the wide side of the field where he has a little more space and you might have some more success.
Fickey, wing T set again. Fakes the handoff to Waldo. Fickey going to keep it himself. Gets across the 40 up to about the 43-yard line. So you'll have about a 3rd and 7 for Rockwood.
And that's the quarterback just trying to make something happen there. But you want to see that fullback continue to run as if he's got the ball. Drive in that linebacker to sell out that run.
Yeah, after seeing that Chuck Flashman replay, I wonder how much more success that play would have had Waldo continued ahead as a lead blocker.
Yep.
It's now big Gerald Hannibal.
Watch the rollout to the right, top side of the screen.
And Kingston jumps off sides. What is the deal with Kingston? 2 defensive offsides penalties, at least 2 false start penalties.
Heads up play there by Waldo. He's coming to the sideline in motion. All eyes are on him. Slams on his brakes and does the happy feet. And he gets the eager defensive back of Kingston to jump off sides.
So there you go. This is a lot more of a manageable of a 3rd down. Fickey wing T set. Play change too as Waldo stayed in the backfield, gets the carry. And if he got across midfield, which it looks like he did, then Rockwood's going to have a Hammers 1st and 10. And he did. The ball spotted at the Kingston 48, so Rockwood enters into Kingston territory.
Big run by Dakota Waldo. He is a tough, hard school runner, and he picks up tough yardage when need be.
I know I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. It's hard to believe he's a junior. As you see on your screen there, wing T set with Waldo in the backfield with Zadrian Fickey, the quarterback. Handoff goes to Hannibal from right to left. Hannibal tries to find some running room, scoots ahead to about the 46-yard line.
That football, caught it mid-air. Again, running him to the short side of the field again with not much room. Yeah, you picked up 2 yards, but I'd love to see that same play to the wide side of the football field.
I'm wondering if he wasn't holding. It almost looked like he was trying to pick up an extra yard. Let's check out this Fleischman replay. Hannibal gets the carry. I don't know. Maybe it was squirting out of there, and he put 2 hands on it instead. And now Rockwood is going to have to take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. We service what we sell with in-house factory-trained appliance service technicians.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. See all the ways natural gas can improve your home by visiting one of the ORUD showrooms in Oak Ridge or Kingston. New gas appliances run more efficiently. They provide hot water when you need it, precise heat control for cooking, and can dry clothes in about half the time. Comfort you can feel. Savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas.
You do it all, from checklist and tackling kids' activities to exploring and enjoy life's special moments. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can help you embrace your life in a new or pre-owned vehicle. Here's a new 2021 Ford F-150 4x4 Super Crew, $43,975. 2018 Honda CR-V, all-wheel drive, low miles, $27,990. 2020 Kia Telluride S model, $41,490. Service your car for back-to-school maintenance at our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center. Local you trust, a lifestyle you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
Back here, OEB Law Game of the Week. Fickey in the backfield, wing T set. Handoff goes to Waldo. Waldo meets a Waldo. Get it?
Big O Andrew Warren for Kingston, number 67, the big defensive tackle. Caught Waldo in the backfield, hardly blocked, and picked up a big tackle for loss.
And that was the moment where Waldo hit that wall, though. I'm sorry. That was good. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one. I don't care if you think it's funny or not. 3rd and 8. And Fickey's going to call a timeout. Big 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 8 with 2:02 left to go in the first half. This timeout is brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Hiring now for sales, delivery techs, and service techs. Find us on Indeed to apply.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak, it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I'm Dale Haddon, the nurse practitioner and clinical manager at the Oak Ridge Clinic. It's very important to get the COVID vaccine. This is a way we are going to make our whole community safe. This is a way we will make you and your family safe. The COVID vaccine is 95% effective when you have had both shots, and it means that you will not get the illness, you will not have the side effects that people see from having illness over a long period of time, and it makes your community safe.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Big 3rd down here for Rockwood. Fickey has 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Going to set up the screen, and Waldo can't catch it. Incomplete pass. So I guess Waldo started taking off before he secured that football. Did he have anything in front of him, though?
A lot of open grass. If he catches that ball, he's probably still running.
Ooh, yeah, look at that.
He's got his offensive line sent to the inside of him. He catches, plants his that foot. He's still running.
What a play call. Perfect play call for that situation. But unfortunately, after that incomplete pass, Rockwood is going to have to punt. Here's Fickey Rugby-style punt. That is high up in the air. Wobbly spiral, lands at the 20, takes a Rockwood bounce. Not much of one, but gets across the 20 down to about the 19-yard line, and that's where Kingston is going to have a Hammers 1st and 10 with 1:43 left to go in this half. And that's going to be one of those things when the coaching staff is watching film, they're going to look at that drop pass by Waldo and think maybe what could have been, because this is a 7-0 football game right now.
Yeah, it sure is. And in years past, covering these Rockwood Kingston games and these scenarios, Kingston has always came out on top in these type of offensive situations. So Rockwood has got to limit the mistakes here and keep Kingston from getting into the end zone. That would be a momentum killer going into halftime.
Kane Collins, quarterback, fakes the handoff to Donathan, keeps it himself, goes over left guard, gets up to about the 25-yard line.
Big tackle by number 14 at Rockwood, Brody Webb. He's 5'6", 155 pounds, sophomore for this Rockwood team.
Pickup of about 4. We'll call it 2nd and 6.
Collins carries for a gain of 4.
Kingston, not too much of a rush.
Number 14, Brody Webb. And he's 2nd and 6.
5 wide for Kingston. Man in motion is Donathan. Donathan gets the handoff going from right to left. And Rockwood in pursuit. They can't get him until Donathan gets up to the 46-yard line, and Dom Moran able to bring him down. That's a huge pickup, and that will bring up a Hammers 1st and 10. Under a minute to play in the first half now.
Big hit here by number 15 of Rockwood, Waldo. See the running back bounces inside, picks up a big hit after a huge gain.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned Dom Moran. Moran hit him low, and Waldo hit him high. So both of them credited with the tackle there. And it looks like Kingston's going to take a timeout. We'll do the same thing. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Follow us on Facebook for appliance specials, job postings, and more.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, James Hoot Gibson along with you. Kingston has a Hammers 1st and 10 with just 47.5 ticks on the clock for this first half. Collins sends 5 wide again, and we've got another stop on the play. This time Rockwood wants to talk about it. So I'll tell you what, we'll go back to a timeout, which is brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, quality appliances from brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid.
To make a big difference in this world. It starts here at Roane State Community College. There's never been a greater need for health science graduates, and Roane State has the program to get you there. With 11 different health science degrees and 7 certificates offered, the choice is yours. Roane State, healthcare heroes start here. Apply now at roanestate.edu.
So I don't know if Rockwood was surprised to see Kingston come out 5 wide or what the deal was, but the Tigers called a timeout to talk about it. Kingston comes back out 5 wide, 47.5 seconds left to go in this first half. Sends a man in motion. And Collins is going to keep it going up the middle, and he gets nothing. Kingston out of timeouts, so the clock will continue to run.
Interesting offensive play calls for the Kingston Yellow Jackets. Better take advantage of every offensive snap that you get.
Hurry up offense, and now it is Whitehead is going to get the football, and Whitehead, the freshman, piles forward for about 8 yards, but with only 15 seconds left to go in this first quarter, and Rockwood's got a man down, which will stop the clock, and it looks like it's Brody Webb. And that will stop the clock with about 10 seconds left.
Score update for you. Maryville 20, Alcoa 7 at halftime. South Doyle 3, Bearden 7, halftime. Oak Ridge 10, Farragut 21, halftime. Tellico Plains 13, Midway 13. Wartburg 0, Oakdale 7, halftime.
Well, all right. I believe that will be the halftime score here as well, but we'll see what Kingston does. Injured player for Rockwood able to get up and walk off the field. So now the official will blow the whistle and the clock will start. 3rd down and 2, 5 wide. Whitehead in motion again for Kingston. And this time, Kane Collins going to drop back, let it fly, going down the left sideline. And that pass is, he caught it. Touchdown, Kingston.
Throw it up and let your athletes make a play. Great play call by this Kingston offensive coordinator.
And that's Javaris Gallagher on the reception for Kingston. Unbelievable.
We just talked about how this Rockwood football team has got to keep Kingston out before halftime. And Kane Collins, the senior as he is, the leader of this team, sets back, launches the football deep, lets his playmaker make a play. High points the football and comes down with it. Major play.
He threw that ball about 52 yards. And Kingston's extra point is barely good, but it is good. So now the Yellow Jackets, with no time on the clock, it is halftime, and they lead this 14-0 over Rockwood. Wow. What a play to end the half as Kingston takes the lead. So that's where we stand here in our game at Civitan Field in Rockwood. And we're going to go ahead and take a timeout, and we're going to bring you a halftime show, and which will feature some Roane County bands. This is the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacle blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
The Tigers lost in the first game as they should have won 14-7, and the Red Seals went on to the undefeated, winning the state title. The Tigers finished that year going 10-1, beating Farragut 14-0 in the Clinton JC Bowl. For the year, the Tigers had 5 shutouts while outscoring their opponents by a score of 259-46. Alvin was the only team to score more than 7 points on the Tigers. This team started a 5-year run that saw the Tigers going 55-5, winning the title in 1976, and losing in the series in 1975 and 1977. Some of those players are holding out. With us, so let's meet them. Number 18, Gary Horn. Gary currently resides in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacle blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
XL Bowman & Son, I-24 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with ditch witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
American Outdoor Equipment has a great new location in Rockwood. They are a Branson tractor dealer with various sizes to choose from. Branson's greatest asset is their strength, quality, and features. But American Outdoor Equipment also has Bobcat mowers. You can expect the best when it comes to performance, durability, and comfort with a Bobcat mower. Or how about a Dixie chopper mower? They're the world's fastest lawn mowers. They have a large service and parts department. They are family owned and operated, plus they offer in-house financing. That's American Outdoor Equipment in Rockwood.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. See all the ways natural gas can improve your home by visiting one of the ORUD showrooms in Oak Ridge or Kingston. New gas appliances run more efficiently. They provide hot water when you need it, precise heat control for cooking, and can dry clothes in about half the time. Comfort you can feel. Savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas.
You do it all, from checklists and tackling kids' activities to exploring and enjoy life's special moments. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can help you embrace your life in a new or pre-owned vehicle. Here's a new 2021 Ford F-150 4x4 Super Crew, $43,975. 2018 Honda CR-V, all-wheel drive, low miles, $27,990. 2020 Kia Telluride S model, $41,490. Service your car for back-to-school maintenance at our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center. Local you trust, a lifestyle you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak, it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the Roane County High School Marching Band under the direction of Andrew Lane and Peyton Schaum. Guard instructor is Dr. Brittany Taylor. The band is under the field direction of Miss Annabeth Lane and Miss Haley Wittenbarger. Tonight's show is titled Night on Broadway, featuring the tune The Phantom of the Opera. The Attack on Rue Plumet, and I Have a Love, featuring trumpet soloists Jill Dunn and Nathan Stewart, and guard soloist Adriana V.A. Band officers are Tony Rossi-Denton, Jill Dunn, Darla Bailey, Jonathan Latham, and Nathan Stewart. Guard captains are Autumn McBrien and Adriana V.A. Drum captain is Tony Rossi-Denton, and our majorette is Miss Lila Kitts. And now, the Roane County High School Marching Band.
And then the farm. It's a great game.
You got two with their hats off right next to the one to my left.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Roane County High School Marching Band.
If you work with people who care. That's Davis Funeral Home in Harriman and Wartburg. Davis Funeral Home gives attention to every detail, ensuring your loved ones will be remembered with honor and integrity. Davis Funeral Home works very hard to give you the most professional service possible. Davis Funeral Homes, Morgan Avenue in Harriman and Old Mill Road in Wartburg. Davis Funeral Homes, people who care.
I'm Dale Haddon, the nurse practitioner and clinical manager at the Oak Ridge Clinic. It's very important to get the COVID vaccine. This is a way we are going to make our whole community safe. This is a way we will make you and your family safe. The COVID vaccine is 95% effective when you have had both shots, and it means that you will not get the illness, you will not have the side effects that people see from having the illness over a long period of time, and it makes your community safe.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
With one small step, you have the potential to make a big difference in this world. It starts here at Roane State Community College. There's never been a greater need for health science graduates, and Roane State has the program to get you there. With 11 different health science degrees and 7 certificates offered, the choice is yours. Roane State, healthcare heroes start here. Apply now at roanestate.edu.
Planning a funeral can be difficult at best, but it can be a lot easier if you work with people who care. That's Davis Funeral Home in Harriman and Wartburg. Davis Funeral Home gives attention to every detail, ensuring your loved ones will be remembered with honor and integrity. Davis Funeral Home works very hard to give you the most professional service possible. Davis Funeral Homes, Morgan Avenue in Harriman and Old Mill Road in Wartburg. Davis Funeral Homes, people who care.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. I am Aaron Harvey, joined by James Hoot Gibson. It is halftime here in Rockwood. Kingston leads over the Tigers 14-0 with 0 seconds left on the clock. Kingston led this game 7-0, but after the clock hit 0, a play was ongoing. Kingston catches a Hail Mary pass from Kane Collins and able to tack on the extra point, and now the Yellow Jackets lead 14-0.
Yeah, you see here on the screen just a big play by Kane Collins, trucking that ball downfield, letting his athlete go up and make the play. And we just got done talking about how in years past covering these two teams, Rockwood has not been able to keep Kingston from out of the end zone in those situations. And it deflated this Rockwood team. They walked into the locker room at halftime. Kingston ran in. So they definitely have the momentum. And we'll see how this Rockwood defense does coming out of halftime with the adjustments that they hopefully made.
Yeah, and Kingston won the toss. They deferred to the second half. So they will get the ball to start this third quarter. But let's rewind the clock just a little bit. It's almost 9 o'clock right now. Let's take it back to about 7:26. Because at about 7:26, I said, what are the keys to this game? And for Kingston, one of the things you said is succeed in the passing game. Well, this has been a 7-0 game, although it feels like Kingston has dominated it. However, they were able to double that up by hitting that long pass before halftime.
Yep, you're exactly right. And if you remember correctly, I also said winning the special teams, the kicking battle, and Kingston has done that as well. Mainly because of the bad punts of Rockwood early on, which gave Kingston superior field position.
So some scores around the area, because there is quite a bit going on that's pretty interesting. Hampton at the half up on Cloudland 20-0. Not really a surprise there. Hampton regarded as one of the top teams in AA. But also Powell is up on Science Hill 42-14. The Panthers just putting it on the Hilltoppers. Now, I don't know. I've got the update to the score, but earlier when Powell was up 35 to, I think it was 7, they said Jordan Potts had accounted for all 5 Panther touchdowns. He had thrown for 4 and also had a 60-something yard run for a touchdown. So
yeah, and as you alluded to not too long ago, he's fresh with a brand new Ohio Bobcats football offer. He's a great athlete who can do a little bit of everything. He's not your traditional quarterback, but the guy can throw it. He's got some of the best wide receivers in the state of Tennessee over there at Powell High School.
Maryville in the fourth quarter is up on Alcoa by a score of 20-13, so that's a one-score ball game. South Doyle up on Bearden 10-7. I know Bearden has led most of that game. That's also in the fourth quarter. In the third quarter, Farragut actually just switched over to the fourth quarter. Farragut is up on Oak Ridge by a score of 28-10. Last one we have on West is the Rebels up on Fulton by a score of 24-7.
Oak Ridge getting a big win last week over rival Clinton, coming out tonight and not playing so well, don't sound like.
Well, to be fair, Farragut is a 6A program, Oak Ridge a 5A program. You expect the bigger schools to be able to win, but Farragut is also an 0-3 program, so we'll have to keep that in mind as well. So our game is getting ready to begin the second half, as Rockwood will be kicking it deep to Kingston, and our kickoffs tonight are brought to you by Davis Funeral Homes, with 2 locations to serve you: 715 Morgan Avenue in Harriman and 211 Old Mill Road in Wartburg. Call the 2 numbers listed on your screen right now. Davis Funeral Homes, their support in your time of need does not end after the funeral services.
And the only advice I have for Rockwood kickers is don't kick it to number 14, Carcel Whitehead, the freshman.
A very, very talented freshman. Kicking off for Rockwood is Hayden McLean. And it is an onside kick, and it's beautifully done. Don Moran gets it on a run, and he's blown dead because you can't advance the ball on an onside kick. But, wow, that was beautifully done by Hayden McLean.
5'5", 120-pound kickoff specialist laid down the perfect onside kick.
You can't do it any better than that. That was perfect.
And, of course, you can't advance. But awesome job by the Rockwood Tigers coming out of halftime with the trickery.
So Hammers 1st and 10 at the Kingston 45. Fickey, the quarterback, lines up in a wing tee. Waldo in the backfield. Handoff goes to him, and Waldo somehow gets a yard. A yard and a half.
Big number 54, Cameron Basler, came in for a secure tackle for the Kingston Yellow Jackets from that defensive tackle position.
My goodness, if you've got a kicker who can kick onside kicks that well, why not just do it every time? And I don't know, maybe they do. This is the first kickoff we've seen from Rockwood tonight. 2nd and long, pickup of 1. And now Gerald Hannibal in the backfield as Fickey sends 3 out to the right. Drops back to pass, quickly gets rid of it to Hannibal. Hannibal in the open field slips and falls after a pickup of maybe 2. Second time Rockwood has run that play. They did it once in the first quarter, had a lot of success on it. That time Hannibal just tried to make a cut to the inside and slipped.
Yeah, and you see what Rockwood is trying to do offensively with Hannibal, trying to get him the ball to seal the edge and get upfield. Haven't had much success running to the short side of the field.
Wing tee set again. Fickey fakes the handoff to Hannibal. Looks upfield. Got a man there. It's caught. That's going to be a Hammers 1st and 10 as Landon Watts pulls it down. So Fickey fakes the handoff to Waldo, then fakes the handoff to Hannibal, rolls to his right, and finds Watts up the field. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line.
Interesting play call to roll out in that situation on the short side of the field with all the bodies over there. But it worked for them. They picked up a big first down.
Twins now as Fickey has trouble handling the snap. He's just going to have to run with it, and the ball squirts out of there.
Looks like Rockwood has it covered, but big tackle by Ryan Nelson, the senior outside linebacker for the Kingston Yellow Jackets.
See on the Chuck Fleischman replay, ball spotted at the 31, so a loss of 6 on the play will bring up 2nd and 16. Coach John Webb sends the play call in. Rockwood quickly up to the line, 3 wideouts to the right, and we've got a stop and play. Timeout, Rockwood. So they're going to talk about it. We'll do the same thing. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Home appliances financing available. Apply online at pattersonsappliances.com.
We are the Kingston cheerleaders here at ORUD getting ready for the big game. Jackets, jackets, the best.
RCHS, jackets, jackets, the best. RCHS, jackets, jackets, the best. RCHS, jackets, jackets, the best.
Host your friends in style and be the envy of your neighborhood when entertaining this football season with natural gas appliances purchased from ORUD at 0% interest.
We can help you clean up after the game with a reliable natural gas water heater and the energy savings of a gas dryer.
Want to cozy up next to a natural gas fireplace after a chilly night at the field? Let ORUD help you with the play-by-play to truly make your house feel like home.
You can make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season. ORUD is your affordable energy choice.
Back your OEB Law Game of the Week. Here's Fickey to Hannibal. Hannibal has the edge. He's run out of bounds at the, see where they mark it. They're going to give him the 23.
Mason Martin in on the tackle for the Kingston Yellow Jackets.
ORUD is your
affordable energy choice.
So a good pickup. However, it was second and long. So now Rockwood looking at a 3rd and 8 situation as we see on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
4 down territory here. See what they do with the play call.
Hannibal in motion from right to left. Fickey trying to set up the screen again to Waldo, but that time Kingston had it covered pretty well, but
Braden Wright, the senior linebacker for the Kingston Yellow Jackets, was hanging right there.
So now Rockwood with a promising drive going. However, facing a 4th and 8. Yeah, that was covered very well. And Fickey was under a lot of pressure as well.
Watch again for the rollout.
Yep, 3 wideouts to the left side of the field. And Fickey does roll that way. Now he's going to have to go the other direction. Looks downfield. That pass is incomplete. Trying to hit Moran. And Rockwood will turn it over on downs.
Looked like it hit Moran in the hands.
So you see on this Chuck Fleischman replay, you see Moran right now. He slipped down. So Fickey was going that direction the whole way, but because Moran fell down, Fickey had to improvise a little bit, tried rolling back to his right, and then unloaded on it, and it was just a little bit too high. So Kingston has a Hammers 1st and 10 at the Yellow Jacket 23-yard line. 9 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's Kane Collins. Handoff goes to Donathan. Donathan finds some running room up to the 30-yard line. A quick pickup of 7 for the Yellow Jackets.
Showing his leaping skills there as he hurdles a Rockwood defender before he's tackled by Hannibal, big number 7 for the Rockwood Tigers.
Whoop. That's Gerald Hannibal in on the stop. Gerald, and as we see the handoff, good stop on the play that time by Landon Watts for Rockwood. But Gerald and Jaden Hannibal, brothers, they're about the same height. But Gerald has about 100 pounds on him. So they are not the same build.
That's a fun dinner table.
Yeah.
After a long day of football practice.
That's right. 3rd down and 3, ball spotted at the Kingston 30. Collins sends Donathan out to the right, fakes the pass over to him, and Collins is going to keep it. Finds some running room into the open field across the 40, across midfield, and finally brought down about the 45-yard line. Some smooth running there by Kane Collins.
Collins, as you see on the screen, is a great athlete with his feet, and he just inflicted the hit on the Rockwood defender. That's what you want to see out of a younger quarterback. So it's interesting to see what O'Kane Collins is going to develop into here this season. He's led this offense to a very high scoring average, and not disappointing so far tonight.
Yeah, he's been the starter at Kingston since he was a sophomore.
I believe we was there for that game.
Yeah, we certainly were. Can't handle the ball though. It's fumbled and Rockwood has it. The Tigers are going to take over, and that's Dakota Waldo. I can't wait to see this Chuck Fleischman replay because look at that. The ball touched about 3 different players before Waldo was able to snatch it out of mid-air. And so now Rockwood has a Hammers 1st and 10 at the Kingston 48. So Rockwood back in business on the Kingston side of the field. Here's Fickey. Handoff goes to Waldo. Waldo breaks free up the middle. Gets down to about the 38-yard line. That's going to be close to another Hammers 1st and 10.
Ran right by Braden Wright, the senior inside linebacker for the Kingston Yellow Jackets, was sent on a blitz right up the middle, and Waldo just ran right by him for a big pickup.
They're going to give him 9, so he's going to be 1 shy of that 1st down, but look at that. Just squeezed in there. Not a lot of room, but squeezed in there. So 2nd short, handoff Waldo. Waldo gets across the 35 all the way down to the 33. Picks up about 5 more, and Rockwood's got another Hammers 1st and 10.
Kane Ladd coming in for the tackle for the Kingston Yellow Jackets. Rockwood having some pretty good success running the football right now. That big offensive line is getting upfield, pushing the Kingston defensive line back. We'll see if they can keep that going.
Keep in mind, Kingston has blown out all 3 teams that it has played.
Good Kingston team.
Rockwood hanging tough. Here's Fickey, handoff Hannibal, going from right to left. Hannibal switches directions, could be in trouble. He's thrown down all the way back around midfield. That is a huge loss on the play.
Slinging him down for a big loss. You just can't have that. Too much dancing in the backfield by Hannibal there for Rockwood, and it cost him big.
So they're going to mark him at the 47. And there's a penalty on the play. It's a holding on Rockwood. And, of course, Coach Pankey going to decline that one. So from the 33 all the way back to the 47, that is a loss of 14 yards.
Disastrous play for the Rockwood Tigers. You take a couple steps forward, and then you take one giant 20-yard leap back.
2nd and 27. Wing T set again for Fickey. Fakes the handoff to Hannibal, and now Fickey is going to keep it. There's a flag on the play as Fickey gets across the 40. Picked up about 7 on that one, but I'd say this flag is probably a hold based on where it came out. It's 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage as well, so if that is a hold, then that's going to be about a loss of 12 yards. Let's see. Might have a chop block, actually.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be on number 15, Dakota Waldo, from the Chuck Fleischman replay. He just came in, faked the handoff, and went directly to the ground for the cut block. And that's a new emphasis this year. So I'm not surprised to see that called. Again, too many mental mistakes for this Rockwood football team. It's costing this game dearly.
That is a 15-yard penalty. So now the ball is spotted at the 37 of Rockwood, and Rockwood has to get all the way up to the 23.
And Rockwood comes out with trips to the short side of the field.
And Fickey fumbles it, has to fall on it, and that's going to be another loss on the play. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line of Rockwood.
Interesting formation there in that situation. Of course, it's a very difficult situation to be in offensively. But whenever you come out with trips to the short side of the field like that, that's very limited routes that you're going to be able to do. So it's kind of interesting to see. But hey, let's see what they come out with here.
3rd and 45.
I'd say we're going to see a rollout.
Fickey rolls out to his left, lets it fly. Pretty ball, and it is incomplete. On the coverage there for Kingston was Javaris Gallagher, the young man who caught the Hail Mary to end the half, but might not be a bad thing based on Rockwood's punting situation that he didn't intercept that.
As crazy as that is to hear, but you're right. It was better off for him to drop the ball.
4th and 45. You know, I was at a Wartburg game when they were playing Alcoa, and Alcoa had it, I guess this was my senior year of high school, which would have been like 2007. Alcoa had it 4th and 45, and they went for it.
Got a first down.
Randall Cobb sure did. And this one, again, goes way out of bounds. Hits the edge of the chain link fence. And there's a flag on the play, and based on where that flag is thrown, well, I'm not sure. That was a rugby-style kick.
The kicking game is such an integral part of the football that you see that it costs.
Personal foul.
Running into the kicker. Roughing the kicker.
Against the Yellow Jackets.
And that results in an automatic first down. Oh my gosh, what?
Craziest drive I've ever seen.
Yeah. Horrible, horrible mistake by Kingston. Because, again, you know what the punting situation is. They don't have an all-state punter back there. No offense to Fickey, okay? They don't have a Colquitt back there. You know what I'm saying? And so Rockwood is gifted at first down. You're a lot better off just letting him punt that football.
Yep, sure was, and you would have had the ball driving in probably Rockwood position.
Hammers 1st and 10, and new quarterback in the game. That's Landon Watts. So you hope that Fickey wasn't hurt on that punt. But Watts is in the game, a junior for this team. And he was wadded up after a loss of 3. It'll be 2nd and 13 for Kingston. Trying to spot Fickey on the sidelines. I can see he's being examined right now. Maybe his ankle is being taped. So here is Watts. Pitches to Waldo, and Waldo stopped in the backfield. Looks like a loss of 2, which will bring up about a 3rd and 15. And that's what's happening with Fickey. Fickey's getting his ankle taped up. We're glad to see that, because if his ankle is taped, yeah, he's able to walk under his own power. We're very happy to see that. Thanks to Chris Bricky for getting that footage of Fickey. Watts fakes the handoff to Hannibal. Watts under pressure. He's going to tuck and run, but there's a flag on the play, and ooh. Watts is clobbered.
Looks like it's going to get Nehemiah Story, big number 72 for Rockwood, on a potential holding call here. Let's see. Yep.
Holding on Rockwood.
This has been the sloppiest third quarter I've seen in a while.
Yeah. 2:12 left to go in this sloppy third quarter. Ball spotted all the way back at the 25. You know what I hate about this quarter so much is all the math that they are making me do.
It's been a lot. And again, third and forever.
They got to make the 42. Okay. So that is third and 33.
Hannibal's got a little distance to him down here at the bottom of your screen.
Waldo. Watts gets rid of it to Hannibal. That pass is complete. Hannibal up the sideline before going out of bounds at the 48-yard line. That'll bring up fourth down. It'll be fourth and about 11. So a pickup of 22 on that play.
Just making something happen.
Look at Watts.
Hannibal ran a comeback route, short route, and just started making something happen, and Watts picked him up.
So Dakota Waldo is in to punt because Fickey is your starting punter. And this is a wobbly spiral that's going to land at about the 31 before going out of bounds at the 29-yard line. So that's where Kingston will take over. So a very interesting possession for Rockwood. Started in Kingston territory, went way backwards, but then was gifted a first down off of a roughing the kicker penalty. Then went backwards again before finally punting the ball away. And we've got 1:24 left to go in this third quarter. So Kingston has a Hammers 1st and 10.
Kingston coming out in somewhat heavy top formation.
Carson Donathan with the carry. Gets upfield about the 35-yard line. A pickup of 6 will bring up 2nd and 5.
Now Kingston looks a little more fresh than this Rockwood squad. Again, Kingston, the larger program, able to have a little more depth on that sideline than the Rockwood Tigers. We'll see if that plays a big part here in the second half.
Earlier today, our own Tim Elrod of OEB Law presented $1,000 to Rockwood. Of course, if you've been around this area anytime at all, then you recognize that man on the right. That is Rockwood's athletic director, Paul Kamakawa, also longtime boys basketball coach here. So we thank Tim Elrod for that contribution to Rockwood High School. We've got a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Thank you for your support over 55 years.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week. Out of the timeout, Kingston will have it. 2nd and 4. We'll call it a long 4, a short 5.
Score update of interest: Maryville 30, Alcoa 20 with 4:43 left in the fourth quarter.
Just because George Quarles isn't there doesn't mean Maryville's not any good anymore.
It's a smooth running program.
Handoff for Kingston, going from left to right and picking up huge yardage is Whitehead. And Whitehead is finally driven out of bounds, but gets across midfield before it happens.
Kingston is going to have to figure out some more creative ways of getting this young man involved in that offense. They've run a couple simple jet sweeps to him, and every time he's touched the ball, he's picked up positive yards. They're going to have to figure out some other targeting plays for Whitehead moving forward.
Yeah, watching that Chuck Fleischman replay, he's really good in the open field.
Score update, Midway 16, Tellico Plains 13. Coming out of halftime.
Collins handoff. And getting up ahead is Cooper Webb. Brought down at about the 43-yard line of Rockwood.
Brought down number 10, Landon Watts. The second and 6.
And that is how this third quarter will come to a close. Kingston led at halftime by a score of 14-0. The Yellow Jackets still lead after the end of 3, 14-0 here at Civitan Field for your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway. Evans Mortuary has been
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week. Hey, Mayor Mike Brillo Miller and council members Bobby Anderson, Steve Bryant, Peggy Evans, Mike Fuller, Harold Holloway, and April Faust Wilson are all big fans of the Rockwood Fighting Tigers and hope that they have a winning season this year so that they will be in the playoff picture at the end of the regular season. As Mayor Brillo Miller would say, go Tigers, play hard tonight. As we get set to begin the fourth quarter, Kingston with a 2nd and 6. Collins runs a reverse to Donathan, and Donathan is met and dropped. Eric Thurmond kept that from going anywhere.
He did. Great job by Thurmond playing that outside linebacker position, recognizing it, getting upfield, getting his head across the shoulder, and making a really good play.
Thurmond read that all the way, as you could see on the Chuck Fleischman replay. A loss of 1 will bring up 3rd and 7. Kingston getting the play call in a little bit late as there's under 10 seconds on the play clock. Down to 5 seconds. 3, 2, just gets the snap off. And Collins is going to keep it. Fakes the handoff to Whitehead, and Collins gets it up to about the 42, so about 4 yards shy of the first down, and it will be 4th down for Kingston.
Big 4th down for the Rockwood Tigers. They need a stop here big time. Give them another opportunity for another drive here in the 4th quarter.
And now you kind of wonder if Kingston might try to draw Rockwood off sides, give them a taste of their own medicine, as Rockwood was able to successfully pull that off earlier. Collins will take the snap, will hand off to Donathan, and Donathan is stacked up at the line of scrimmage, but somehow broke forward, and Kingston is going to have a 1st down. Hammers 1st and 10. Rockwood had the stop. They just let Donathan squirt through there.
They didn't let him.
Oh, no, he earned it.
Definitely earned it. That is a heck of a run by that Kingston Yellow Jacket. He wanted that first down and denied being stopped short.
So Donathan got behind, got basically stuck to his blocker, and I think the Rockwood defenders lost the ball. So now Kingston goes back to a wing T set. Whitehead in motion, handoff over left guard, and that goes to Basler.
Landon Watts in on the tackle for the Rockwood Tigers.
Pick up a 3. We'll bring up 2nd and 7. This game has had some pretty exciting moments in it. You look at a 14-0 score and you think, okay, well, that's a defensive showdown, and a lot of people don't like the defensive showdowns, even though that's old school football, but there's been a lot of exciting plays in this game. Cooper Webb on the carry. Huge gain on the play. That'll be another Hammers 1st and 10.
Webb dragging the Rockwood defenders with him on the first down. Great run by the Kingston Yellow Jacket.
Webb carries the ball down to the 18-yard line.
Too many missed tackles by the Rockwood defense.
And that is also a sign that Rockwood is wearing down a little bit. And now, Coach John Webb takes a timeout, going to talk to his team. We'll do the same thing. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Visit pattersonsappliances.com and check out our current cash savings promotions.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. They offer mulch, topsoil, all types of gravel, sand, rock, crab orchard stone, riprap stone, and limestone gravel. Mulch & More does light excavation work. Do you need a driveway repaired? They can do it. Plus, Mulch & More can do your water and sewer lines, French drains, and more with Ditch Witch services. So whether you only need a half cubic yard up to 20 cubic yards, Mulch & More can help you. Give Gary a call today at 865-234-7060 at Mulch & More in Midtown.
American Outdoor Equipment has a great new location in Rockwood. They are a Branson tractor dealer with various sizes to choose from. Branson's greatest asset is their strength, quality, and features. But American Outdoor Equipment also has Bobcat mowers. You can expect the best when it comes to performance, durability, and comfort with a Bobcat mower. Or how about a Dixie Chopper mower? They're the world's fastest lawn mowers. They have a large service and parts department. They are family owned and operated, plus they offer in-house financing. That's American Outdoor Equipment in Rockwood.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, Kingston with the Hammers 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the Rockwood 17, and Rockwood jumps. 5-yard penalty will be imposed, which will bring up a Hammers 1st and 5 as Kingston gets closer to that goal line.
The big guys up front for Rockwood's all got their hands on their hips. They're breathing deep due to having to play a lot of both ways for this Rockwood team, the smaller program. Again, a very good program. They just lost by 1 point against that Sweetwater football team. Kingston splitting them out wide here.
Handoff goes to Donathan around left guard, and Donathan marches forward, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Kingston. And this is now a 3-score ball game. It took 40 minutes, technically 39 and a half minutes, to become a 3-score game. Rockwood has battled tough in this one, but Kingston is showing that they are the better football team as Donathan, with a strong run, gets into the end zone. The extra point by Roberts is up, and it is good. So now Kingston leads with 8:31 to go in the game, 21-0 over Rockwood in your OEB Law Game of the Week.
You call your agent with a simple question, only to get sent to voicemail again. We pick up the phone. Get this. Hello, this is Sam. How can I help you? Like I said, we pick up the phone because it's ringing. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Hello, this is Sam.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week as we get set for our Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Davis Funeral Home with 2 locations to serve you, 715 Morgan Avenue in Harriman and 211 Old Mill Road in Wartburg. Their support in your time of need does not end after the funeral services. So Cade Roberts set to kick for Kingston. Hannibal and Moran back deep to receive for Rockwood.
Well, Rockwood needs Hannibal to have a big return here. They got to get something kind of going for them emotionally, get them fired up for the last part of this ball game.
And the kickoff goes down to the 10. So Hannibal able to field it cleanly on a run. And Hannibal, there's that big return you were talking about. Can he get outside? He does. Makes a man miss. Gets up to the 45-yard line before he's finally brought out of bounds by Riley Walker. That's a special player right there.
That is, and for a special player, that kid has a lot of speed. You see here on the Chuck Fleischman replay, high kick, gives him an opportunity to get underneath it with a little bit of a moving start. Gets upfield, sees the hole, attacks the hole, outruns everybody else.
They give him the 46, so great return there for Hannibal. On this Hammers 1st and 10, and it looks like Fickey is back in the game for Rockwood. Handoff up the middle, up to about the 49-yard line. A quick pickup of 3. And that is Jaden Hannibal. Haven't seen him running up the middle much tonight. Been trying to get him the ball on the edge.
Yeah, every now and again Rockwood will try to come back with a counter to him on the inside, but I really like Hannibal running outside the tackles, mainly out of that wide receiver position.
Wing tee set for Rockwood. Fickey gets the snap, fakes the handoff to Hannibal, goes downfield. He's got a man there. It's caught. That's Dom Moran. Hammers 1st and 10.
Comes down with it in double coverage. Very hard pass to make, even harder catch, and he lands it.
That's similar to what the reception at the end of the half looked like for Kingston when they scored that touchdown. Able to high point the football.
That's called trusting your wide receiver. He couldn't even see him. He was just throwing the ball up.
Quickly back to the line. Here's a handoff to Waldo, and Waldo gets to about the 15-yard line. A quick pickup of at least 5, depending on where they spot it. They give him the 14. Pickup of 6 will bring up 2nd and a long 4. So Rockwood getting to the line with a little bit more urgency than we've seen tonight of them so far. Linebacker blitz from Kingston this time, and they get Waldo at the 15. Probably lost half a yard on that one. Will bring up 3rd and 5-ish.
Tough yardage there from Waldo. Both inside linebackers were blitzing A gap, which gave him little room to make some positive gains.
You call that linebacker blitz? Is that just good anticipation of what Rockwood's going to do?
Yeah.
Fickey fakes the handoff to Waldo and Hannibal. Looks, has a man. Incomplete. Oh,
what? He
Wow.
came down with that football too. I guess he just did not get his feet in.
Let's watch this Chuck Fleischman replay because this was beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Foot just out.
That's a great call by that official.
It really was.
Because from up here,
it looked like he was in.
Yeah, it did.
Wow. Good job by the wide receiver holding on to the football.
Fourth down, Fickey rolls to his right, goes back to his left, tries to hit Hannibal, and that pass is broken up by Ryan Nelson. Swatted that as if he were a center in basketball. And so Rockwood will turn it over on downs with 5:40 left to go in the game.
Yellow Jackets call only 14-yard line.
That was great awareness that time by Nelson. Came off of his block once he saw what was happening, anticipated that football, knocked it down. So now Kingston with the Hammers 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line.
I'm going to say it's safe to say we're going to get a strong dose of the running game out of the Kingston Yellow Jackets here.
Yeah, I'd say so. Man in motion, that's Donovan. Donovan gets the carry. Maybe gets a yard.
Met by big number 72, Nehemiah Story, who has played both ways all night tonight for the Rockwood Tigers.
Story's just a junior. Very talented lineman on both sides of the football.
Yeah, Rockwood's got a lot of talent down here. If they can make some adjustments here, make some tweaks there, this could be a very fun team to watch moving forward.
Ooh. And on the carry for Kingston is Whitehead, and Whitehead is slow to get up. He took a really hard hit.
Looked like there by Hannibal for Rockwood, came in with the tackle.
So 3rd and 6 for Kingston. 4.5 minutes left to go in this game.
Again, when you run the same plays with the same players, it kind of makes it a little easier to anticipate when you're playing out there on the field and you get into the rhythm of the game. Not a lot of play options for both of these squads.
Kane Collins on the keeper, gets up to the 25-yard line. That's going to be really, really close to a first down.
It is, and Eric Thurman for Rockwood did just enough to hold on to keep him down.
Score of interest with 2:30 left to go in the game. Maryville leads over Alcoa 30-27. And he did get enough for that Hammers 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 25 for Kingston. So clock will begin or continue to move.
Oak Ridge lost 35.
And Oak Ridge final in Farragut. The Wildcats fall 35-30. So they came back and made that a game. On the handoff for Kingston, that's Whitehead. Stopped in the backfield. Lost about half a yard on that one.
Score update, Anderson County 26, Ray County 35.
Oh, wow.
5 minutes and 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Ray County, led by former Rockwood assistant coach down there, Mark Pimpton.
Donathan with the carry for Kingston gets the ball up close to the 35-yard line. They're going to give him enough to move the sticks. So it'll be another Hammers 1st and 10 for Kingston. Good hard running by Carson Donathan. And Kingston just wanting to run, keep this clock moving, and get out of here with a victory. Collins in the backfield. Handoff, nope. Keeps it, and Collins goes over the left side, breaks into the open field across midfield, Down to about the 45 of Rockwood before Jaden Hannibal able to bring him down. But that's another Hammers 1st and 10. For Kingston, hand off to Donathan, hand off to Donathan, hand off to Donathan. Then you fake the handoff to Donathan and go the other way with the football. And Kane Collins is very capable.
Yeah, he can at any given time, he can take it to the end zone. He is a very athletic quarterback who can beat you with his feet.
It's time again, Donathan from right to left, and Donathan is going to pick up 5.
And that's another thing, Aaron, is I haven't seen Donathan fall backwards tonight at the running back position. That tells you that Kingston has won the war in the trenches tonight.
So this game is closing down. I want to say one more time that Mayor Mike Brillo Miller and council members, big fans of this Rockwood team, and Mike Brillo Miller was on the field at halftime as the 1974 Rockwood Tigers were recognized, and they were recognized as maybe the best team to ever play at Rockwood, which is interesting because the 1976 team won the state championship just 2 years later. But yeah, Mayor Mike Brillo Miller, as here is Kane Collins on the keeper again, gets to about the 30. Bobby Anderson, Steve Bryant, Peggy Evans, Mike Fuller, Harold Holloway, April Faust Wilson, all big fans again of this Rockwood Tigers football team and hoping that they have a winning season so that they can be in the playoff picture.
25 seconds left in this fourth quarter of this fantastic rivalry football game.
Well, and a point that I made to you during one of our breaks is if there's not a Hail Mary pass at the end of halftime, this is a 2-score game, and that is a very respectable showing for the Rockwood Tigers.
Well, Rockwood's played this Kingston team better than anybody else so far this year.
Exactly, yeah. So I tell you what, they're going to take a timeout. We'll take one last one. Oh, nope, they didn't get the timeout. So that's going to end our football game tonight. Your final score is Kingston 21, Rockwood nothing. And that's how we will end things here at Civitan Field. So let's continue on that conversation we were talking about. Kingston has only allowed 6 points through the first 4 games. However, they were averaging 40 through the first 3 games. They only put up 21 on Rockwood, and to that point, without the Hail Mary at the end of the first half, then this really is just, it's a 14-0 game. So Rockwood put up a huge fight.
It is, and you can go all the way back with the mental mistakes and some of the missed tackles and penalties really cost Rockwood big tonight. And this is a good Rockwood football team. I know the scoreboard says 21-0 Kingston, but I'm telling you, Rockwood played Kingston better than anybody else so far this year, and Rockwood has a very talented football team that's going to get better as the season moves forward.
Yeah, and Rockwood has that loss to Sweetwater, but that was a game where everything just fell apart in the second half. They led that game comfortably the whole time and ended up losing that in overtime. In fact, double overtime. This Rockwood team playing against 2A teams is going to be hard to beat because
really
Sweetwater's a 3A team. Kingston's a 3A team.
Yeah, watch Rockwood move forward in a big way in that region. I look for them to finish at the top of that region moving forward. And this Kingston football team is a very talented team who has a very good running game. If they can tweak some of this offense a little bit to get a little more explosive, they could be a very dangerous team moving forward in this 2021 football season.
Yeah, we'll get to see Kingston twice more this season. So looking forward to that. A good win for Kingston. Brian Pankey's team is 4-0 on the season.
Yeah, and you know, he's done a heck of a job down there at Kingston. Again, Kingston is one of the traditional powerhouses in East Tennessee. When Kingston high school football is good, high school football is good in East Tennessee. So I always want to see the Kingston Yellow Jackets performing at a high level down there. in Kingston, and that's where they're at right now. Kingston is 4-0 and has absolutely dominated almost everybody on their football schedule, with the exception being sort of Rockwood here tonight. And I'm excited to see what the future holds for this Kingston football squad moving forward in the schedule.
Trying to get you some scores. I don't want to steal the thunder too much from our free area medical Friday night scoreboard show, but it is a final. Maryville defeats Alcoa 30-27. There you see that free medical clinic coming up immediately following our game tonight with David Queener and Jonathan Cox. I'm sure they'll have a lot to talk about. South Doyle defeats Bearden 26-7. Bearden led almost the entire first half, and South Doyle comes up to win that one 26-7.
And it makes that Bearden loss for Oak Ridge look even worse, in my opinion. Things are going rough up there in Oak Ridge for the Wildcats right now, so hopefully they bounce back in a big way this upcoming week.
And I'm sure a lot of people calling in will want to talk about it. And here is that play we were talking about to end the half. You see 5 seconds on the clock. Kane Collins chucks this thing 53 yards down the field. And Gallagher high-pointed that ball and
right in
scored.
Front of the Kingston band, too.
Right, yeah.
That was devastating for this Rockwood football team going into halftime. It just totally zapped them of energy. They walked into the locker room at halftime, which is rare to see. Kingston was fired up, ready to go the entire ball game. As you see out here on the football field right now, they're enjoying this win. They know that this is not the best showing of Kingston football, and they're excited what the future holds.
Yeah, you think about something like that. If Rockwood could have gone into halftime with a score 7-0, that's something to be excited about.
Yeah, they did. And Rockwood made some adjustments at halftime and tweaked some things. And unfortunately for them, it did not work out for them on the game plan for the second half. And Kingston just kept dominating with that big offensive lineman, get some tough yardage, and took some big chunks of offensive plays away from the Rockwood offense.
Small town football, man. I love. You got the train going in the background. I love that horn. And then we've got an encore from our Rockwood High School marching band. They're on the field right now, which is a nice surprise. But yeah, so like I was saying, Rockwood, if they could have gone into halftime just trailing 7-0 against this very talented Kingston team, which has blown everybody out so far, then maybe they come out with more energy. However, if that happens, maybe they don't come out and kick that onside kick.
Yep, you're exactly right. So you never know, but one thing that we know for sure is this is two good Roane County High School football teams, and we did not see the best out of either one of them here tonight.
Now, I know Jonathan Cox is going to have a lot to talk about. He's going to talk about UT football, as he always does. They'll get some call-ins on that.
Tomorrow.
It's a big game. It's a noon game, which is unfortunate, I think. With I think as big of a game as it is, they're calling it the Johnny Majors Classic, of course, because Johnny Majors, of course, played at UT. Should have won the Heisman. Didn't. Went on. He coached at Iowa State. Then he went on and coached at Pitt.
Iowa State.
Yeah, had success with Pitt before he was brought back to UT.
National championship at Pitt.
That's right.
Last time ever.
That's right. Brought back to the University of Tennessee, where he was a coach here and really took over a flailing program.
Yep.
And was able to bring UT back into prominence, which, you know, the 90s are a great decade for Tennessee fans. You think about all the success that they had, and of course you think about Philip Fulmer, but Fulmer was given a program that didn't need rebuilt.
That Johnny built. That's
exactly.
The key, is that cupboard was not dry when Philip stepped in for Johnny Majors during the health issues that he was having. And Johnny Majors is one of the best college football coaches in history. He's a guy that lived and breathed recruiting down here in Roane County. He signed a lot of football players out of this East Tennessee area. He wanted to instill that toughness, blue-collar fundamentals that he had instilled at Iowa State and at Pittsburgh, and he did just that. He turned that program around in a dramatic way, and Tennessee elevated itself to beating the Notre Dames and to, you know, really playing top-level football. And when he had the heart issues, Philip Former stepped in and just continued that way.
Speaking of Notre Dame, Johnny Majors is the first coach in college football history to defeat Notre Dame at 2 different programs.
Yes, he is. Great coach. Great coach. I've heard many stories about Johnny Majors and Jackie Sherrill sitting down there in the Kingston locker room late after a Friday night football game talking stories with several Roane County coaches. This is a big game tomorrow. Tune in, and also tune in tonight for the scoreboard show and participate. If you was out there watching a high school football game, call in. Tell them what you saw, what you didn't see, what you wanted to see, or what you didn't want to see. Those guys want to hear you and see what you saw. So give a call.
Yeah, a lot of good football games tonight. Of course, most people are going to look at Maryville-Alcoa. Everybody's going to want to know that score. If they weren't following it at the game that they were at, they want to know. And Maryville able to very narrowly pull away the victory there. But Oak Ridge trailed quite a bit in that Farragut game, and it looked like it was about to get out of hand. But Oak Ridge able to make that a 5-point game before falling to Farragut 35-30. So you're probably going to have a lot of people from Oak Ridge calling and talking about that Wildcat football game. And
yeah, Oak Ridge never wants to lose to a West Knoxville team.
Oh, no. No, of course
so
not.
that's not a good loss.
So I want to get your take on it since we have the opportunity to. What do you think happens tomorrow at noon as Tennessee squares off against Pitt?
Well, it's going to be a great game either way. You have the blue-collar toughness of that Pittsburgh football program. One of the best defensive coaches in the country is leading that program. So you're going to see a lot tougher challenge for Joe Milton and company of that Tennessee offense, trying to run that no-huddle tempo offense against this Pittsburgh team. This isn't like a normal SEC ACC matchup. Pittsburgh and Tennessee is very evenly matched, and this could be whoever holds the ball last is going to win that ball game type situation.
Now, Vegas set the line at 1.5 points when that first came out. It moved to 3, which I think would indicate that people were taking Tennessee in 1.5 points. And the last time I saw the line, it was at 3. And I think basically what you're saying is it's just they're 2 evenly matched programs.
Yeah, it's so even that Vegas is even having a hard time with it. That tells you anything. So the big thing is you want to tune in and watch that football game tomorrow at noon, but also study the history about it. Don't just hear the name Johnny Majors Classic. Do your research and see what his career was like at Pittsburgh and Iowa State before coming to the University of Tennessee, and study the history about it a little bit. I think you'll be surprised and kind of excited about it.
Yeah, and this is a series now because Tennessee will play at Neyland Stadium tomorrow, but next year they will travel to Pitt and take on the Panthers on their home turf. And so that's really exciting.
Yeah, the high school football talent pool has got better in the Pitt area, so it's not a bad idea or approach by the Tennessee athletic staff to play Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh to kind of expand your recruiting territory a little bit.
Yeah, very exciting. High school football, man, we're through 4 weeks already.
That's crazy. We've had some great games. I know this one got a little carried away there at the very end, only 21-0, but overall, we've had some great games so far on BBB 12.
Yeah, and we've seen some very talented players, which is something also to be very excited about. We've seen a lot of players who are going to move on to the next level and play college football.
You're exactly right.
At several different levels.
Very talented bands as well. And speak no further than this Rockwood High School, just Roane County bands. You've seen at halftime, Kingston band up there giving their all, and which is amazing anyway. And then Rockwood staying on late, give us another show. I'm just so glad that we're able to have high school football with everything that's going on in today's world. It's a good distraction, and everybody needs it.
Well, I'm a big fan of the NFL, okay? It's the best players in the world all playing together. But it just can't compete with the school atmosphere, with the live bands and the crowds. The pageantry of it all. The NFL has nothing on college football or even like high school football in that regard.
You're exactly right. It's the environment. It's the community.
So I tell you what, that's how we're going to wrap up our show tonight. We thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we look forward to next week as well, as we'll see that South Doyle team, and we'll get to see one of the better running backs in all of Tennessee with Gary. So looking forward to that. So I'll tell you what, for James Gibson, for Brad Jones, I am Aaron Harvey saying so long, everybody.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.